Right now at 5, striking back. Iran firing missiles toward U.S. bases in Qatar. Plus, the First Warn weather team is tracking rain, what your commute home could look like.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off today. We start with the weather. Storms are pushing through the area. This is what it looked like earlier in downtown La Crosse. Heavy rain coming down at a steady rate. Let's check in with First Warn meteorologist Greg Barnhart. Greg, how much are we expecting?
Well, it really depends on where you're at in the area right now, mainly south of I-90. That's where the severe potential, but also the heavy rain potential. I don't have that listed here. Now, if you go further north, it's less opportunity for this, and it's only for a couple more hours, really, but showers and thunderstorms will continue. The severe thunderstorm warning that's only out right now is one that's entering Richland County, kind of a push. It's a main wind threat with this one as it enters now Richland County, stretching down to Crawford County. That's until 5:45. That's the only line right now we're really watching as we kind of look at the windfall right here. You're seeing wind gusts potentially from the radar. Now, this is pretty far from the radar, but also getting above 60 to 65 miles per hour. So you can see that basically from Rockbridge up to Hillsborough is the main push right there, where you can see damaging winds here in the next 30 minutes, something to keep an eye on. Now, the other issue we're dealing with also is rainfall, but you can see overall, if you go further north, it's just a steadier light rain or embedded showers and thunderstorms, probably south of Eau Claire. But the rain threat is pretty impressive. We could see potential 2 to 3 inches at times with some of this line. So urban flooding, some street flooding, obviously low-lying flooding, that'll be probably a concern as we go throughout. Now, the main line is going to push further south, and we're going to see kind of a decreasing trend in activity through about 8 p.m. as you see less and less activity. And if you're further north of Eau Claire, you're probably not going to see much in the way of any activity probably through the night. So there's your overnight lows, a little cooler, still fairly warm to the south. Now, we do have more wet weather and periods to continue here through Friday, so we'll continue to track those out further in the broadcast as we get later on. But we do have potentially Nicole now in the storm tracker that's in Viroqua, which saw the line come through. But have you seen any type of gusty winds there as you push through?
Yeah, hi Greg. We're in Viroqua right now, traveling along Main Street. Not too bad right now. Actually, a lot of the rain has stopped, but just about 15 minutes ago, it was very, very heavy rain our entire drive over here. We were getting pelted down on with rain, and again, like you said, very, very windy conditions with it. So a lot of that rain is going to be blowing into the car, onto the roadways. There was some ponding on some of the urban roads once we got into Viroqua as well. A lot of that, though, as you can see now, not really as big of an issue, but once that rain was falling, a lot of ponding on those roadways made for a very tricky drive, especially with that lower visibility once that wind starts blowing as well. If I had to guess, I'd say our visibility probably got down to less than a mile at points. So if you're still ahead of these storms, or if you're in it right now, you'll believe me, those blowing winds and that heavy rain is going to cause for some tricky travel conditions, but it should be finishing up pretty quickly, and we're going to keep tracking it for the rest of the night. So if you stay tuned, we'll have a closer look at when it should be exiting the area coming up a little bit later in the broadcast.
Okay, thank you, Nicole. And a reminder, you can track weather with the First Warn weather app. It's available at the App Store or Google Play. Breaking news out of the Middle East, Iran strikes back. The country launching Operation Blessings of Victory. Iran reportedly launching 14 missiles into Qatar. The target, U.S. bases there. Iran calling it payback from the weekend bombing on its nuclear facilities. Some 10,000 U.S. troops are based in Qatar. And a live look at the White House. Officials say no Americans were hurt, and they were given a heads up about the strike. Also, President Trump signaling he's still interested in diplomacy. News 8 Now's Allison Fergott is here with reaction and what's next. Allison.
A lot of questions remain about what both the United States and Iran will do moving forward. We spoke with retired U.S. Army Colonel Gerald Font for some analysis. Colonel Font says the U.S. strikes that happened this weekend all came down to making sure Iran cannot build a nuclear weapon. And while we can't say for sure, he believes Iran's retaliation today was more or less to save face, especially considering that U.S. base in Qatar is so well protected. Right now, Font does not expect the situation to escalate from here.
We're not at war. What we did for not only for Israel, for the United States, and really for the world was to destroy the Iranian nuclear program.
Font did say that the U.S. is still assessing the damage it dealt to those 3 nuclear sites in Iran. If need be, he could see the U.S. striking again to make sure Iran has no ability to build a nuclear weapon in the coming years. Font also says those weekend strikes sent a clear message to any of Iran's allies to not get involved in the conflict. Colonel Font said he's also confident in our Department of Homeland Security to be aware of any threats on American soil. Reporting in the newsroom, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Allison. And Governor Tony Evers reacting today to what's happening in the Middle East.
I believe that Congress should have been involved in some fashion. I know that's going to be argued probably until, the cows come home. But the bottom line is I wish it would have happened in a different way.
So what does this widening conflict mean for oil and gas prices? News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live with some answers. Grace.
Gas prices could rise as the conflict continues to progress, but right now it's too early to say exactly how much they will change. Gas prices in Wisconsin are slowly starting to rise. According to AAA's fuel site, the average price for a regular gallon of gas in Wisconsin is $3.04. Last week, the average cost was $2.93.
Prices have been kind of bumping up and down. We've seen a little bit more of a steady increase. Some of that is seasonal, and some of that is related to the unrest and conflict that we're seeing in the Middle East right now.
Conflict in Iran could disrupt oil exports, causing the price of gas to rise significantly. However, AAA's Director of Public Affairs says it's too early to say whether or not that will happen.
Still unfolding as we speak, and depending on what the next steps are and how long this back and forth continues, we may see prices continue to go up. We've actually in some cases seen markets cool down from over the weekend already.
Although the future of gas prices remains uncertain, Jarmus says it's important to note that foreign conflict has driven prices up before.
The onset of the war in Ukraine, there was a huge jump in prices that were really, slowly built up over time, escalated, and resulted in our highest gas prices ever on record.
For drivers that are worried about a rise in prices, there are a few things you can do to help save on gas. According to Jarmes, using fuel-efficient vehicles, removing heavy items from your car, and using cruise control can reduce the amount of fuel you burn. And if you're worried about gas prices affecting your summer travel, Jarmes recommends planning ahead and adding a little extra money to your gas budget. In La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Okay, thank you, Grace. So here's the bottom line. Iran launched missiles toward a U.S. base in Qatar. No Americans were hurt. The White House knew the attack was coming. President Trump called Iran's retaliation, quote, very weak. And as the situation changes in the Middle East, stay with News 8 Now for the latest. You can track all the breaking developments on air and online at news8000.com. Still to come, a La Crosse diocese official scammed out of thousands. Who's allegedly behind it and the total amount taken. Plus, Governor Evers touring child care facilities as time runs out for an essential child care program.
Up to 60% off list at the 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture. 6 select recliners, just $4.99 each. Get an Ashley sofa for just $3.49. The 4th of July blowout ends soon.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
Taste a sweet strawberry, a Jolivet strawberry. Stop by Jolivet Family Farms Market today for some fresh Jolivet's homegrown strawberries. Available 7 days a week in the market. Check for availability. Jolivet's also features a large selection of fresh vegetables and homegrown produce. There is no sweeter strawberry in the world than a Jolivet strawberry. Only at Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
At Vernon Memorial Healthcare, we believe in your birth, your way.
From prenatal visits to postpartum care, we provide continuous support, respect your birth plan, and ensure a smooth transition from pregnancy to parenthood. With expert lactation consultants and a comforting home-like environment, we're here for you before, during, and after delivery. Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where your journey is in caring hands.
When we say we're stuffing here like a sausage, we mean it. Mike and Kyle on the sunny side of 61, Sugarloaf Automotive. We buy and sell thousands of vehicles every year.
We ship nationwide every week. We buy vehicles nationwide as well.
Here are a few examples of why we are the undisputed price leader.
Mach-E's from $30,000 off new MSRP. Lincoln's from $15,000 off new MSRP. Or how about late model Mustang convertibles from $16,995.
Get to the sunny side of 61.
Sugarloaf Automotive in Winona.
Up to 60% off list at Slumberland. Get this limited time deal, a Sealy Queen mattress starting at just $299. No one sells Sealy for less. Plus our 365-night sleep guarantee. Only at Slumberland.
An Illinois man is accused of scamming a La Crosse diocese official out of $86,000. The official was allegedly contacted by someone claiming to be a fraud investigator. He was told his accounts were compromised and could unfreeze them, turning over $6,000 of Menards gift cards, and was later ordered to deliver 3 large cash payments totaling $80,000. 21-year-old Anaz Vora is charged with theft and money laundering. In March, he was arrested on related charges in Missouri and Colorado. Now, if convicted, he could face up to 10 years in prison. 90% of Wisconsinites say finding affordable child care is a problem. Governor Tony Evers was in Eau Claire highlighting the crisis. It comes as the Child Care Counts program expires in a week without legislative approval. The program has provided Eau Claire County with $24 million since 2020. Now, without it, a quarter of providers say they'll likely close their doors.
They are the ones that are going to make sure our economy stays strong in the state of Wisconsin. So that's the bottom line. But they have good people working there. They've got kids that are there that are learning, and they're doing all the right things. It's just a matter of can they still continue to do it.
Evers also made a stop in Pewaukee as part of his tour. Happening now, Holmen residents weighing in on a major road project. The La Crosse County Highway Department is considering rebuilding McHugh Road between Briggs Road and Holmen Drive. Officials say the current road is in poor condition. They'd replace pavement, curb ramps, and add bike lanes. We'll have more on the meeting at 10. The La Crosse Veterinary Clinic is celebrating a major milestone today. The clinic broke ground for its new facility expansion. It's down the street from its current location on Frontage Road. The expansion will add more exam rooms and separate areas for cats and dogs.
We are also going to have some extra space for potential for future physical therapy. So hopefully we'll be offering some new services in the future.
The new clinic will be located down the street from its current location on Frontage Road. Well, Riverfest is just around the corner, and the hunt for the famous medallion is now underway. Today's clue is festive days and fireworks bright, but your prize hides out of sight. Beyond the crowds and River Sound, your treasure waits on a quieter ground. The medallion is hidden within 10 miles of Riverside Park, not buried, and on public property. The hunt has been part of Riverfest traditions since the early 2000s.
So in previous years, it's been found in the Friendship Garden at Riverside Park. It's also found at the Black River Beach and just other locations throughout La Crosse.
Now, if you find it, you win 4 free buttons, koozies, $50 in food vouchers, and 10 free beverage tickets. Tune in at 6 to News 8 Now this morning to get the next clue. 4th of July barbecue prices are getting back to normal. According to Wells Fargo, a traditional barbecue with 10 people will cost roughly $130. That's up 2.2% from last year, a relatively normal price increase following 5 years of pandemic-fueled inflation. We'll have more news ahead, but first,
Yeah, we got showers and thunderstorms throughout the next couple days. We'll time that out. But the bigger story also is cooler and less humid conditions, too. So we'll see what the temperatures look like and what the upcoming weekend also has in store. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
How do you find the best personal injury lawyer? You ask other lawyers. Every partner at Bygoff and Rohde has been ranked in the top 5% by their peers. Hire the MVPs of personal injury. Call BGR.
Ryan wants to get every new device that's smart. I'm wondering, how can the internet handle all of this?
We have Spectrum Internet. We use it for everything. Homework, remote work from home, doing research for trips.
Spectrum Internet allows us to do things faster and more conveniently.
I feel like that's a win-win for everybody.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Get the freedom to save. Get $4,250 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
Behind every exciting moment at Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls, there's an incredible team making it happen. It's more than just a casino. It's about our people. Our dedicated, friendly staff create an atmosphere you'll love with warm smiles, unmatched enthusiasm, and exceptional service. They're here for one reason: you. At Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls, we're not just co-workers, we're family. Come experience the difference our team makes, where great people create great experiences.
You might say, Rochester, Minnesota. Really? We say yes. Really. Home of Minnesota's highest rated beer. Really. A booming live music scene. Really. One of the country's top rated speakeasies. Really. An oyster bar that farms its own exclusive oysters from the coast of Maine. Really. The perfect blend of big city experiences with small town convenience. This is Rochester, Minnesota. Really.
Some decisions you can make quickly. I'm all in. But when you're hiring a personal injury lawyer, trust me, you're gonna win big. Do your research and object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
Well, we're going to have an active evening for a lot of areas. The main action really is pretty much south of I-90, where more of the heavier thunderstorms or severe potential still exists. Right now, the severe thunderstorm warning's out. The watch is out until about 9 p.m. for most of the areas. You go further north, this will be thunderstorm activity that'll continue mainly up to Black River Falls, but it's not expected to be severe. But we are going to see quite a bit of rainfall throughout the day. Now, if we kind of zoom into the area towards Richland County and just a portion of Crawford County, that has a line associated that's mainly wind gust. We've had some tree damage reported in Hillsborough area with this line coming through. That's the main problem. As you see, really Doppler or radar indicated wind speeds have been hitting, and it does mention right there, up to 60 to 70 now right there. Obviously, this is a little bit higher elevation, so it's probably unlikely that it's hitting the ground, but still that's potential that's going on right now. Rainfall amounts, we've had quite a bit. Some of this red area right through there could be 3 inches, so we've had pockets of that, over 2.9 in Crawford, so these are torrential rainfall coming down. So we do get training over areas, urban flooding, low-lying flooding. We'll have to keep an eye maybe on the Kickapoo River eventually to see if that responds too, or some of the other minor rivers. That's going to be the main issue because this is just round one. We have several rounds going, but the main activity really is this evening. Now, if we kind of time it out right now, a lot of this pushes south. So the main steadier rain or heavier rain will probably push south of the area, probably by about 8. It's just near the Wisconsin River that it continues. Meanwhile, we'll see a decreasing trend eventually in the next couple hours for all the rest of the activity throughout the nighttime. So it should be fairly quiet later at night as we go through the morning commute, but we should see more activity then begin to push a little bit further north towards the morning hour. So it'll start in southwest Wisconsin, northeast Iowa, and then you'll start to see some of this scattered activity really start pushing further north. But we're not expecting a lot of widespread precipitation really on Tuesday. And that really goes for Tuesday. It's kind of quieter, a few activity probably in the morning, but a lot more clouds and even peaks of the sun than actual precipitation. You see not much going on until we get later in the afternoon. We see more activity kind of push north towards the region to the afternoon, but even that is south of I-90 where you're seeing more sunshine to the north. So Kind of a quieter Tuesday, not seeing a lot of activity and definitely not seeing severe or heavy amounts of rainfall. The bigger story goes with the rainfall for tonight. You can see some areas is already seen. We could see up to 3 inches with this line, but that's mainly along I-90, the Wisconsin River and adjacent areas in Iowa. It does tail off a little bit as you go further north, but that could change a little bit too. Now, overall, tomorrow's highs cooler. We'll go back to more seasonal conditions, especially where the clouds more present. A little bit of sunshine further north might get them close to 80, but the humidity levels go back down and the temperatures are more where they should be too. Now we have more rounds coming Wednesday night into Thursday. We'll see additional rounds come into Thursday too. Right there you can see Wednesday morning. Wednesday looks fairly wet. And then we'll see additional rounds come into Thursday too. Not the entire period will be wet, but another round to come through as finally the front does kind of swing through the area, but that won't be probably until late Thursday night into Friday. So precipitation is going to be there. Amounts, this is for the total event, and right now some areas have already exceeded this too, but we can see widespread 4+ inches once we go all the way to Friday. And yes, excessive rainfall, there is a possibility, especially going into Wednesday and Wednesday night. We could deal with more flooding type issues. Otherwise, the temperatures do start rebounding back to Friday. Fortunately, we do have a very warm, humid Saturday, and then more storms potentially on Sunday till we get back to more seasonal and very refreshing conditions, probably as we go into early next week. But it's going to be wet. Not the entire period through Thursday will be wet, but there will be periods, and we'll have to keep an eye on some creeks and streams and stuff like that as we get more rainfall too. But it's going to be a busy couple days.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people aren't complaining too much about this
rain.
No,
we need the rain. We do need the rain.
It's
just going to come a little too much maybe for some areas.
Yeah, okay, we'll keep track of it. Thank you, Greg. Milwaukee firefighters thought they were responding to a house fire, but what they found in the basement left them stunned. The 3-foot surprise that required animal control up ahead.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Out with the old and in with the deals, only at Wesco Home. It's our inventory clearance event with up to 50% off furniture. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And tell them Peyton sent you.
The difference between an average morning and a Hardee's morning is hearty goodness that lasts till lunchtime, like our smoked sausage biscuit and Frisco breakfast sandwich. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
Save big with these hot deals at Menards, all after 11% rebate. A 3-panel folding LED light is just $1.99. Miracle Grow plant food, only $5.49. Plus, Ajax dish soap is just $1.99. Lloyd St. Louis style spare ribs, only $11.98. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get the weekly flyer, plus exclusive daily flash sales right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
When you're craving this much goodness, Hardee's all-new barbecue pulled pork Frisco is 100% Angus beef and 16-hour slow-smoked barbecue pulled pork on toasted sourdough. Hardee's pulled pork Frisco burger.
Out with the old and in with the deals, only at Wesco Home. It's our inventory clearance event with up to 50% off bedroom sets and mattresses. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And tell them Peyton sent you.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Milwaukee Fire Department responded to a house fire, but they found more than just a fire. After searching all 3 floors, a 3-foot alligator was found in the basement. Animal control was called to remove it. The female gator was brought out safely. No one else was in the building. Those tenants literally said, "Later, gator," and fled the scene. I'm glad that she was okay though, unharmed. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after the break.
During the July 4th sale at PM Sleep Center, you'll save up to $200 on select Sealy Posturepedic mattress sets. Hurry in early for the best selection. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
It's weird to admit, but it's true. I'm selling Chevys. 2024 Malibus to be exact, starting at $17,890, $299 down, and $299 per month. It's Malibu Madness. And they feature great options including heated seats, remote start, Apple CarPlay, and up to 36 miles per gallon. All have low miles with remaining factory warranty. But the bad part is these are getting harder to get. So if you're in the market for an affordable ride, come see us today at Chrysler Winona, Highway 61, Winona.
My wife urged me to get my ears checked, and I've done, like most people, everything possible to probably damage them. It's an easy process. It's an easy thing to do. It's free. Come in and get it checked. Mine is not perfect, but at least I know that I have to be a little more careful. You know, they've been doing this a long time, and they know what they're doing, so to have this available to us locally here, oh, they're fantastic. I would highly recommend them.
Better Hearing Center on Alaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Birthday cake Wurzel. Wow, this is so good. What's it called? A Whizzle? Espresso Wurzel.
Thank you. Tastes just like a coffee shop. I love Wurzies.
Door County Cherry Wurzel.
Yum! These whirlies are amazing.
Did someone order a dill pickle Wurzel?
That's mine. It's a Wurzel. Delicious.
We can play the role of the main focal point why somebody's coming into La Crosse. They're gonna go check out the restaurants, the bars, the other things, the other events that might be going around in town, and we all complement each other so well as a community. It makes it so special to be a part of this region.
As we're bringing in additional income, it allows us to give out additional raises, and the quality of life is going to expand and go right with that as well.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
During the July 4th sale at PM Sleep Center, you'll save up to $600 on select Stearns & Foster adjustable mattress sets. Hurry in early for best selection. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
There's a severe thunderstorm warning for Richland County, a small portion of Crawford for gusty, damaging winds in excess of 65. That line pushes forward. Bigger picture shows a lot of activity continue, but overall the trend is for south of I-90. And activities will continue through Thursday, too.
Okay, keep that umbrella handy and
Definitely.
your First Warn weather app. That does it for us at 5. We'll see you right back here at 6.